All right, we should be live. Let me refresh Twitch and see if it updates my bitrate. It did not, so see what happens. Those of you watching on YouTube, appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. We enjoy the comments that you leave, try to respond to them if there's something we can respond to. Otherwise, we just give you a little thumbs up and appreciate it all. Hey John, hey Thadvik, hey Droop. How you guys doing? Slaving away at work as usual. Yeah. Guess if it's paying the bills. How's the hand? I had a doctor's appointment today. The little checkup on it, and it's looking pretty good. Oh, interesting. Let's see, one sec. Hey, Dark Inside, I'm gonna say hello so you don't freak out. Let's see. Hey, Tannhauser. Dadvik says, I'm listening to another stream interview. Eric Schaefer, one of the original devs for Diablo. Really cool. Oh, nice. Hey, Nicodemus. Talit. So, guys, you'll notice, and I'll probably repeat this a couple times, I went ahead and made a command for it so that maybe as folks come in, you'll see it. It's still showing like a little purple star with your subscriber month count on it. I've contacted Twitch and had them remove my affiliate status, so all the cool little icons and stuff that used to be next to your name are no longer there. You should not be able to subscribe moving forward, I assume. I don't know completely how it works when you remove affiliate status, but I had them remove the affiliate status just because we started. They just sent out a new tax interview form for the EU. And there have been some questions on our end with regards to how taxes work with the revenue generated here, etc. And Germany's not a good place to screw around in when it comes to taxes, in the least, right? So we had a bunch of open questions. We had some concerns on our end, and because it could impact everything from not just tax status, but eligibility for medical. With the way that we've got things set up between my wife and I, she works here. So rather than risk it, and it was going to cost a bunch of money to try to get tax advice here, we just said, let's just pull the affiliate status. The revenue that's been coming into that just went straight into PayPal, and then PayPal is just paying some fees for different services that we use for M&M. So that's just something we'll budget in. So we'll just be paying that. Definitely appreciate all of the subscriptions and all of the support up until this point. It's been pretty awesome. But just hang on to your cash and then we'll keep working on the game. So I will say it has been like we haven't been taking cash in other areas. So I was like, taking cash here is kind of I will say go sub to the rest of the guys if you want to sub to something M&M affiliated. Please go check out Pattis and Zukin and Goblin, everybody else that's streaming. Nicodemus asked about Patreon. One of these days, but that's but at that point we're taking cash, right? So it's been a nice little workaround on the streams for you guys, but we appreciate the support either way, man. Merch store, yeah, that's one of those. Merch store is one of those things where I think it feels okay because it's a fair exchange, and when we do put the merch store up, we'll be like very clear, hey, you're buying the merch, right? Because honestly, we're only going to get a small percentage from there as well. The profit margin on a lot of that stuff's going to be pretty low. But we know it's cool to have merch and stuff, and we want people to have it. It's really fun. So we'll look at that and we'll talk about it as a team a little bit more and see. Dark Inside said ordered a Steam Deck the other day. Waiting for it to come in too. Yeah, you should hit Ollie up in Discord. I know he's been doing some stuff with. I think he's got a Steam Deck, or maybe just some little thing that looks like a Steam Deck. Yeah. Fielder, I had a good weekend. Hopefully you did as well. Hey Stout T, Belfaster, Chinny D, McNarf. Yeah, hands healing. Doctor's appointment today was funny. I had everything unwrapped so that I could x-ray it again, and he just like grabbed my hand and fingers and was shaking it. It's like, how's it feel? I was like, well, it doesn't hurt, so I guess we're good. So a couple more weeks and it'll be off. I can type again. Hey, Dayak player. All right, so Red Bull's kicked in. Had a nice, relaxing smoke on the balcony. My wonderful pipe. And so between the nicotine and the caffeine, I guess we're ready to go. And with that in mind, I do think we might have a little memory leak or something, because I forgot that I had the editor playing in the background while I cooked dinner and everything. Came back and frame rate looked a little new. So let's see how it performs when I hop back in. What's up, Miko Bites? Yeah, the only challenge coding caffeine with having Patreon is at that point, isn't it us kind of taking money from the community? A little bit. I mean, I guess we could try to OnlyFans. Man, do you like what you see? Yet. Telling you, if I could just afford that Only Gnomes account. Every time we look, they jack the price up higher. Slow unwrapping of the hand bandage. Oh yeah. Pew. Stanky. I have no idea, Droop. There seem to be a few games that charge for the access, and that's fine. I mean, that's their business model, right? Or I mean, that's not their business model, but it's an aspect of what they've factored into their business plan or whatever. So, I'm not going to judge that, but that's not what we're doing. Oops, let me turn aggro off. Invuln. Cool. So one of the things I was doing earlier is we were doing some cleanup in the database and renaming some zones, and Pattis got that cleaned up for us. So what used to be named Night Harbor Fields in the database is now got its official name, Sungreet Strand. So I was just going in a database earlier and transferring over the data. So now everything should be spawning in here properly. Everything I can log into my characters that are in here now, which is tight. And corpses are in here now. It looked like I was the only one that was bound in here, which I think was actually when the prank was pulled on me. I could have sworn somebody bound me in here and then killed me. So I'm running in editor right now, so it's a bit choppy. I'm only running at 20 frames. So please ignore that. Some animations have been tweaked. We've got a new character controller in, so some stuff. Excuse me. Between the pipe and the Red Bull, I think. Got a frog in my throat. So you're seeing some slight differences in sort of the look. Also, what else? What else has changed? I'm not sure if anything else has changed. We'll get a summary of some of the changes up in our combined August-September newsletter. Demay asked, how's performance editor versus play mode? Editor consistently for me runs about half the frame rate of what I see when I'm in our actual client. So our client is really performant. Editor's got a lot of overhead, so not so much. Did Robert finish the song? Nope. It is in progress. Robert's been wrapping up some concert stuff and other things, and so he'll be jamming away on it. And the song in question is a new song for Ekir. Nicodemus, yeah, it should be. This should be my connection to the server. What are these guys doing? We've got these interesting little funky spots in the different zones that we'll eventually have to figure out. I wonder if there's this one like notorious spot in Night Harbor's the Western Newbie Yard, where you always find a couple mobs just kind of hanging out there. So Simon has been working in here and getting this zone closer to being wrapped up. Is that a backpack on my back? It is. It is a backpack. So you can see. Oh, maybe you can see. Here, let me turn my light on. Backpack unequipped, backpack equipped, and then we'll be adding a toggle in so that you can control visibility on backpack and a couple of slots like that. New Gamer 385. Hello. Hey, Unchained. Just this Skelly trying to walk his pet snake that doesn't want to leave. Yeah, that's our new skeleton pet AI. Oh, it's dark up in here. Time set 6 a.m. Yeah. MBGT said, loved animation passing the character you're playing. I'm a big fan of our halfling so far. Usually mostly a gnome guy. I do admit to having a crush on Minia, halfling female in the old original EQ graphics, but so far these guys have been really cool. Continuing to polish on that, so. There was something I wanted to look at with our dwarves in game. I think the NPC doesn't have a beard yet, and so he looks a little interesting. So let me find a dwarf. Go to dwarf. No? Dwarven? Yes. Go to... I cannot wait until I can use all of my fingers to type again. I'm a very wordy typer. I type giant manifestos as answers to every question, so it's bugging me that I can't just... type away. But it's probably... the team's probably... Oh, he's got beer now. The team's probably grateful that I can't type as much at the moment. Yeah, so last I was in here, the beards weren't attached. That's looking better. Okay, because without the beard, he's looking a little awkward. What happened to my hand? Man. Just being dumb. Too many Monster energy drinks, too much drywall. What? Official announcement, server will be shutting down in 60 seconds. Well, that's anticlimactic, but we wanted to be doing some stuff in the DB today anyways. The database, the DB. Bilbo said long-skirted halfling girls are homey and comely at the same time. I really like the original EQ halfling model. That dwarf looks ready for action. He looks like he either needs a giant, what's it, flagon of ale? What is the term? He needs a giant something of ale in his hand or a hammer. And he's gonna go for it. He looks constipated. Yeah, he's a dwarf. Alright, so let me get out of here. DAC player said would love to see weapons when they're in the sheath position, like on back or waist. We've talked about it before as like just a way of kind of an aesthetic thing more than anything, but not like you constantly sheathing and unsheathing and all that stuff. But we've talked about it. All right, so let me pop out of this view. Let me go into scene view. Oops, that didn't do what I wanted. Maybe I need to, do I need to put this here so it's maybe easier to spot? The command should work. I'll fire it off real quick, see. Yeah, Brown Butcher. Chat stream seems kind of slow today. Whenever it's related to unaffiliation, kind of sus. Yeah, I don't know what all they may throttle or do without affiliation. So let me know if anything's super weird. And apologies again for those of you that have, you know, been rocking like 20, 30 months of subscriptions. We do appreciate it. Spawn editor. Spawn inspector. We'll use the new tools. Potentially. Cool. Put those here off camera. Hey, Zukin, what's up, buddy? I gotta catch up on the, I've gotta catch up on the dragon sculpt. Where am I at? I think I'm still finishing up sculpting horsehair video. Nicodemus said, I heard the healthcare over there is really good. Wouldn't mess that up either. It's not bad. You know, it's not bad, but I'm definitely not gonna complain. It's funny, right before the stream, minutes before the stream, Jasmine and I were talking about, it looks like I'm probably gonna get shoulder surgery in January. We'll try some cortisone injections and stuff before then, and if it fixes everything, wonderful, then we'll cancel the surgery. But early January, I'll likely be going in for orthoscopic for the shoulder. And I have to pay if I want, because I've got to stay overnight afterwards for a single room. Essentially, it's paid for, and then we just pay like 120 euro so I don't have to share a room with anybody that night, because I don't want to make a new friend that night. I just want to be done with surgery and go home. Do I think that's expensive? No. As an American, hearing that we have to pay 120 euro to get a private room for recovery that night is definitely not expensive. Yeah. That's fair. She did say because we're not privately insured, it is possible if they've got too many people in there, then they'll just bump me down to wherever. I could be in like a big open bay or some shit, but yeah. So Sean's basically held together by bubble gum and duct tape at this point. Yes. Or as we used to talk about when we were on the EQ team, we said like when we looked at the tools and engine and stuff, it was like this thing is held together by duct tape and chicken wire. But it was effective. Still one of my favorite environments to work in terms of the tooling and all that stuff, and the people. But right, enable zone spawners. A no-tail motel in my area is about 120 a night for a very sketchy one, so that'd be unheard of for actual hospital room stay. Who stays all night in a no-tail motel? You should be paying by the hour. All right. It's cool. We got this moved over today. Belfaster, you must live in a pretty expensive area. $120 a night. You can get an okay hotel around here. Oh, Dallas Fort Worth. I guess Dallas is a bit expensive. All right, so we've got some. Let's continue tonight to swap out some of these placeholders. Placeholder, placeholder, placeholder. All right. And so we'll do. Let's make some stuff. We'll do this. NPC. Open another one of these. Droop said even with insurance, a night in the hospital costs a few thousand in the US. Had to do it in recent years. Yeah, because you've still got your deductible, right? I had to pay, what was it? I think it was something like $7,000 out of pocket for a surgery before I moved to Germany when I was in Austin. I had messed up my health insurance because there's like the annual thing where you can like once a year you can make your change. And I had changed my policy thinking that I could get the doctor that I was working with for my surgery. And then come to find out, he actually wasn't on there. So like 15 minutes later, I like called him back up and was like, hey, I got to change this because the doctor's actually not on there. There was a mistake. And they're like, okay, so you want to remove your current insurance? And I was like, yeah, because the doctor's not on there. And they're like, all right, we've removed you. And then I tried to register the new insurance. They're like, yep, well, you can't do that. You got to come back next year. I was like, I don't have health insurance for a year because of this. So, yeah, it was kind of wild. Had double hernia surgery. It was outpatient, $70K. Holy shit, Fielder. Madman McFarlane. Hey, what's going on? Good to see you live. And Droop said, yep, I had to pay a few hundred every 2 weeks on my paycheck, and insurance doesn't pay a thing till I think $9,500. Man, that's rough. Zook and I just fled the continent. I zoomed my ass directly after that. Months after that, I hopped on a plane and moved to Germany. Apologies for the frog in my throat. I'll have to, let me get the mute button ready. Commands. No sub badges anymore. Sorry about that. I am no longer an affiliate. I have asked Twitch to remove my affiliate status. I'm over here looking around. NPC spawn groups, data, cool. Ooh, another thing I can do is while I'm in here, I can do a little bit of Ekir work. That may be faster and easier, to be honest. Let me check out what Nick's been doing. Hey, Bitekeeper. By the way, hello, Vintali. Oh, let's see. Let's find the spawn groups. Show all. TE. Yeah, if you guys aren't being served ads now, that's pretty cool. All right, so Nick's got these guys in. That's tight. We've got the warrior groups. Shaman for different levels. Ranger, different levels. Druid. Ranger. Druid. Shaman. Cool. All right. So what I can do is start to swap. I'll move this out of your way so you're not being blasted by my lack of dark mode. Heidi. SQL interface. Let's go ahead and drop this data then. And let's go to Ekir. Is there a title to the non-affiliate Twitch chat status? I don't know. Content creator, I guess, would be the thing, Nicodemus. Hey, Sparrow. Yeah, honestly, the only thing I'm bummed about is just the fact that you don't have your cool little badges and stuff. Again, apologies for that. A lot of you have been really dedicated on that front. It's been really cool to see. It's kind of wild to see people with like 36-month subscriber streaks and stuff. So really do appreciate that. But no channel rewards either? I guess not. I guess that makes sense. It's just a stream. That's all you get. Cool. Let's see. We got this. We got that. Let's bring up... I've got a handy map. Stout T said, oh well, if we're just here to watch the stream, what's the point? Exactly. Go do something else productive with your time. Cool. Oh shit, you're right. You guys keep track of all the 1v1 duels that you paid points for. Just keep track of them. We'll do them in good time. We'll come up with a new way to do that kind of stuff. Maybe we'll use like Discord or something for that. What am I looking for? What am I... Oh, I'm looking for the editor. Duh. Alright, so let's start peppering in some of these other classes, and then we'll see. Get some variety going. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, I learned a new trick since I've only got 7 fingers available to me. Ollie said, I'm telling you, robot, you gotta upgrade your stream tech. Well, have your people at your esports company set up a whole thing. Matter of fact, just have them set up an entire streaming computer for me. All the software installed. Everything ready to go. New Stream Deck or a Stream Deck profile with all the buttons set up. Just ship it over here. You gotta take care of your talent, Ollie. That's all I am. I am just the beautiful face that markets our product. You'll email me a new rig. Thank you. Fielder said in response to Stout T's comment, about if we're just here to watch you stream, what's the point? Fielder said, I live in LA. I get that. Wait a second, Fielder. You just said you live in LA, which then reminded me of who I think you are. If you are who I think you are, then I haven't heard anything from you recently, which makes me wonder, should I be hearing from you recently? Fielder, is that you? Oh, you live in Louisiana? Oh, then you're the wrong guy. Sorry. Louisiana's pretty cool, though. I need to turn the music up a little bit. Because if you're just here and you're not even getting to hear the music, then this stream's really sucking. Hey, Liz Biscuits. All right, let's start swapping some of these guys in. So I learned a new 7-finger trick. I can hold control with my right thumb, and then I can do the C's and the V's and the X's and the Z's with my little lobster claw over here. Okay, we got Shaman. Ranger, Rogue, Oracle. Damn, that escalated quickly. That corner is a little bit more dangerous than this corner. Here. That seems odd. Right there. Maybe I clicked through a second ago. Ollie, you think you caught food poisoning? That's always sketchy. That's no fun, man. Is it hitting you at both ends? That's no good when that happens. Oh man. Liz says, gross as it sounds, get a glass of water, put a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of sugar in it and drink it. It helps with lost stuff. Little electrolyte mix to make up for the loss of fluid. So, Control C here. At least you've got the stream to keep you company in the bathroom. Yeah. Any plans for an artisan prize type mega quest that requires you to learn 95% of all recipes in the game? Been working through it in EQ and actually having a decent amount of fun. I wouldn't be shocked if something like that happens or is added. The old like the Shaw quests and other stuff that are there for the trade skilling hardcores are pretty cool. It'd be nice though that if we're doing a bit more with trade skills and in terms of their overall integration, that we've got some content like that. It may not be like all of the trade skills. If the trade skills are deep and complex enough kind of on their own, it may make it prohibitive for something to be kind of like an all. But we'll see. Later on, as we're doing more and more with trade skills, I think it's that'd be a great time to make some of those suggestions and give us the reminders and all that stuff. So. You know what I didn't do? I don't think I... Did I hit save earlier? Let me hit save. It may not have saved that dude before. Well, this is interesting. Keith, if you're out there at some point, this is green. Why is it green? Why is it green? Green usually means something good's gonna happen. The other one's green? No. Technically that's teal. Is it really? I don't know that that's teal. Maybe on your monitor. That's not teal, man. That's like a light forest green. That color right there? That's not teal. Jasmine knows teal. Every time Jasmine's like, what do you think of this color? It'd be like a blouse or something. I'm like, no. No teal. No green. I don't want any blue in my green. Do not. Keep them separated. Level 16 warrior. What do we got here? Level 16. Let me find a nice little 16 spawn table for somebody that can buff. What we got here? Warrior. Do we have one? I thought we had one in here. Hey, Isan. What's up, buddy? Do you know that there are people that have certain eye types where they can identify like an insane number of color variations? I forget what I was watching or listening to a while back that was going through. I think it might have been like a Huberman podcast where they were talking about it. And for those of you, I'm looking off screen at the database. Do you guys care if I'm looking off screen at the database and just kind of look like I'm drooling on myself and not doing anything? Or should I put the database on the screen so you can see it? I'm here for you. I'm your entertainment for the next couple of hours. You're welcome. You're welcome for the half a donut. That wasn't a donut. I saw a delicious looking cruller, chocolate covered cruller today when I was buying a sandwich at the bakery on the way home from my doctor's appointment. And I was like, oh my gosh, I could taste the dry, crumbly cruller. I could taste it. I looked at it. It was so covered in chocolate. And it was just like splattered. It had like a chocolate halo and everything. And I was like, and I asked the lady in my horrible German, like, what is that? And she said something nougat. 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 What? Nougat? Yeah, anyways. And so I was like, oh man, nougat. That's what it is. And I was kind of thrown. I was like, I don't know where would they even put it, because it's got to be filled with just wonderful crumbly cruller dough, right? So anyways, I get it home and I cut into it with my fork and it just collapses and just nougat cream is just everywhere, and it's not even a donut. It's why was he even in a bakery? It doesn't belong in a bakery. It belonged in a candy shop. It's just chocolate stuffed with nougat, like fluffy, like mousse. There was nothing bready about it. There was nothing doughy about it. It was a false donut. It was one of those fake. It was a German saboteur donut. And I threw it away in anger. Is that what happened to the hand? No, I jammed half of it in my mouth to just get rid of it. I wanted it out of my sight, and that's what happened to my hand. Yes, they do have donuts in Germany. All of the unhealthy stuff that we have in the US, for the most part, they have in Germany. Dark Inside said I would have been really mad. I was very mad. A mimic. Quicksand, it was. I'm lucky it didn't bite me. It was a faux nut. Kronos, it's true. That donut was faking the funk. I don't see a level 16 range. Level 15, yes. 14, 15. 14, 15. Oh, okay. What? Come on, let me click you. I want to click you. Number 39. Let me. Come on, number 39. Let me click on you. Okay. 14 to 15. I think we can replace you with somebody here. 12 to 15. Don't they call them Berliners? Berliners are different. Berliners are fluffy poofs filled with various stuff, whether it be jelly or cream or whatever. Unless you live in Berlin. Apparently they're not called Berliners in Berlin. Do they even have Berliners in Berlin anymore? Berlin is so hipster that they probably just have donuts there. Retro Roadshow. Let me find that original comment. Where do I go up? Said. I gotta scroll up. I missed a bunch of cool stuff. You like to see the DB? Oslich said. Here, I can bring it over here so you can see for a minute. Nicodemus said something you may want to consider instead of streaming a personal stream, create Eminem, a loving robot Twitch channel and have the affiliation go to Eminem business account. The only problem with that then is then the business has income. Then we got to do bookkeeping. And even with our simple ass bookkeeping we're doing now, Ali, it's already a pain to maintain. So that would be the only downside. That'd be the only downside. Fanaticist said they have Kreutzbergs. I honestly don't know what they're called. I'll have to get Jasmine to research that. Vegan donut with bacon bits. I bet they have Little Debbie's in Germany since Swiss cake rolls come from so close by. They have American shops in Germany. So you can go to like an American store and they'll have stuff like Little Debbie's and Cheese Whiz and stuff. They do have Cheetos here. I was missing Retro Roadshow is talking about having mutated cones. Retro said, I've got mutated cones in my eyes that allow me to see 2D images in 3D. It's super cool for me. Can be distracting in certain situations. Definitely sounds fun. I have in the past, on occasion, taken substances that allow me to hear colors. That was pretty cool. Remember as a kid, one kid in school tried to tell everyone all donuts were cooked in monkey fat. Most of us went, that's an interesting fact. Ask me another. Yeah, I don't know that I would not eat donuts just because of that. Unchained said, Sean, I'm thinking as a quick explanation of what happened to your hand. A short kung fu video from 80s, 70s with your head plastered, defending against bandits on a road. Glorious. With all the sound effects enabled. Close. 12 to 15. Okay. We'll just grab a shaman really quick. Fielder, no, it was never at Coachella. It was never at Coachella. I've only been to Coachella once. When I lived in California, I went to Coachella and got to see. It was kind of like the oldies reunion Coachella. So I got to see Gang of Four, Bauhaus, and Joy Division. Bauhaus was pretty awesome. The first song they played was Bela Lugosi, and they kind of wheel him. He was hanging from a chain upside down like a bat, and on it, and they just kind of like, what's his name, Peter Murphy or whatever, just kind of slowly wheeled him across the stage upside down during the very long intro. It was pretty cool, man. Love me some music. Retro said, I guess my blue cones are closer to the back of my eye and my red ones are up front. Anything red looks like it's floating in the air, while anything blue looks like it's sunk about 6 inches back and then varies with other colors. I just immediately thought of the old 3D glasses. Brown Butcher said brown is the best color. So far, this game is very brown, and I like it. I can't wait to show you the stuff that Monty's been working on. You'll get to see some colors other than brown. And you'll get to see how we turn our brown upside down. Hey, Stoic. Big Bad Jeff. My name's Jeff. What have I wandered into? That's a common question. That question is not unfamiliar to the stream. Will it no longer be muted colors and memories? Yeah. Yeah. I know you pick on us because you love us. Oh, you gotta be careful, Retro. That's how you get yourself in trouble. Wait till you see the rainbow plate and a butterfly wing robe. So, Ollie, you've been what have you been doing? You've been when you talk about Vulkan and stuff like that. Have you just been building out a client, your own client in Vulkan, and kind of checking things out locally, or what have you been doing? You dropped back to DX11 for now. Okay. Oh. I guess I'm using it as well. Okay. I don't know, man. You'd be amazed at the stuff I don't pay attention to. Well, people on the team wouldn't, but maybe others might. Ollie said, I need to figure out Vulcan's crashes. It crashes due to lack of validation checks, and so it leads to a kernel crash. Now ready. Forgot to ask her, Laura. I'm assuming the music's up loud enough for you guys. Cool. Taldarian, yeah, these are path points. So if I look at this spawn inspector now, this is the new spawn inspector that Keith's been working on. Then you can see the path points here. You can see the commands essentially. The way our system works is we've got some relatively simple commands, and it runs through them sequentially. So index 0, 1 through, in this case, 7. And so this guy spawns. essentially this NPC here spawns. And we're going to change which NPC that is. So it's now this NPC. Save that. So it spawns at this location with this spacing. It pauses for 60 seconds. Then it goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, pauses for 20 seconds, returns home. It sets its active command to index 0, which is back here, and repeats forever. Now, when I go back maybe into the other zone in a bit, what I may do is do a new set of commands. Oh my gosh. The hand is kind of awkward. WASD does not work really well with the finger thumb combo I've got going. I mean, you know, it's okay, but it's not perfect. So anyways, we may play with the new functionality that Keith put in, which is typically we would just arrange these by giving them index, and if I needed to move something around, I'd relabel the index. Like if I needed to insert a pause between these go-tos, I would basically need to historically create the new command, and then I would make the pause index 4, make the 4 5, 5 to 6, and so on, and then save, and it would insert. In theory, I can just grab these guys and move them around. Oh my gosh. What just happened? I didn't mean to screw with it. Okay. I'm not going to save. I'm not going to save. I'm not going to save. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go in here. $14.15. Let's go ahead. But we've got reorderable lists now. Yes, Liz. We can reorder our lists. We have got the latest in list ordering technology here on M&M. Man, I am excited to get this cast off. If drag and drop is hard in Unity, maybe set the index of the new item and it moves all the items of its value or higher down one. I assume that works that way. Like I said, this is new functionality that Keith added, and I haven't played with it yet. Nicodemus said, pause could be coded in, start over. Pause could be coded to be an attribute of go-to actions to help with readability in the inspector. Maybe add a checkbox for pause before or after the action. When I hear something like that, instinctively, I'm like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. But then if I look at and we'll look at the action in a second, it seems like, readability from a top level, you would actually lose it a bit, right? Because here I can see the pauses in the index. And it gives discrete sort of control over. It keeps the pause kind of by itself. And I know what you're saying doesn't necessarily preclude us having a separate pause command. But then, yeah, the question would be, is it pause on enter or pause on exit? And if it's either one, then we've got a toggle there. So that's more information. Oops. Still clicking it. I'm still getting used to this new inspector. But overall, I like it. Overall, it's good. Though, you know what? Now that I think about it, what we'll do is we'll change this one to be a shaman, actually. John stirring a pot? No way. What? No way he would do that. Not John. See what I mean, Nicodemus, in terms of readability, though, right? Like this guy's got a lot of go-tos. And I can spot the pause. No, he's got a pause with no time. That's not much of a pause, buddy. Where is that pause? Oh, it's there. Okay. We can make that a little bit longer. All right, Ollie. I hope you feel better, man. That's never fun. Sorry to hear. Sorry to hear that you don't feel well. Everybody, wish Ollie the best. Ollie, I hope you stop pooping and throwing up and pooping. Well, not forever. I mean, you will eventually have to poop again, but like a normal one would be better. There's bound to be like industry people or whatever to come in. Well, I've heard a little bit about this Monsters and Memories. Let's go see what these game professionals are doing with their time. We heard they're working on a massively multiplayer MMO. Those are gonna be the future, I tell you. Then they come in here and I'm just talking about pooping. Like... My professional voice? Did that not sound professional? No Man's Sky patch today had the line fixed an issue that was preventing all creatures from pooping. That's not true, is it? It sounded like a Dave Chappelle thing. It's partially a Dave Chappelle thing. It's true? No, it's not. If you can't produce a link, you, my friend, you are full of shit about the pooping. If we ever get popular enough that you guys start like sending stuff to a PO box, then you guys got to send me some Metamucil. We don't have it over here that I know of. No Man's Sky. All right, let's check it out. I really need to get back in and play some No Man's Sky. What is the visual object for pause? There isn't one, Nicodemus. It is the little green cones are the go-tos. All right, so the fixed an issue that was preventing all creatures from pooping. It is true. Aw. Damn. Just search for poop. I did. Great minds think alike. Hey, since we're on the topic of not actually doing work at the moment, I wanted to talk to you guys about something and get your opinions, because I love your opinions. Let me see if I can find. And it's not me picking on anything. It's legitimately me sort of getting your opinions and me figuring out like how much of a out of the loop old man I actually am. Email. Oh, here it is. I already got it brought up. Add pooping to M&M. Well, we are going to be exploring some more RPG focused, adding some more RPG focused elements into the game soon. So that might be a thing. Pooping. Okay, so I got an announcement from Larian / Baldur's Gate via whatchamacallit, ArtStation. And so it finally clicked. It finally clicked to me why, like, I really want to play Baldur's Gate 3. I really do, just to kind of see their systems in action and stuff. But I was trying to figure out why I didn't feel like any sort of immediate kind of draw to the game. And when I started scrolling through this, because I really wanted to look at the art, it clicked for me what was going on. So no spoilers. I haven't played the game. Or I mean, you can spoil it, I don't care. But the thing I ran into was, so when I see this character, I don't know this character, it's fine. So I'm like, okay, she looks cool. But when I see this, a lot of this does not look Dungeons and Dragons-y to me, really. And it could be I'm just not thinking of certain creatures or whatever, and you're like, oh, but of course, that's a blah, blah, blah. But even like the Displacer Beast, I'm assuming this is Displacer Beast, right? And even that, it was like, it took me a minute. I was like, wait, okay, shit, that's Displacer Beast. These two are about the most recognizable to me, but then we get into like this thing. And I'm kind of like, okay, it could be Diablo, right? Like I look at this, I'm like, this could be Diablo, it could be whatever. Cobalt? No, it's not Cobalt. And it could be that I'm just so out of touch with D&D or whatever now, but like it doesn't tickle some of my like nostalgic D&D vibes, and it's kind of hard for me to identify certain things. And then, I mean, it's not to say some of this isn't super cool looking. This guy's really cool looking. But and then, yeah, the art favors pointy things. Looks a lot more like Call of Cthulhu. There's a very alien feel to BG3, even how the game starts off. More like fantasy sci-fi mashup. Very Lovecraftian. Nicodemus said D&D 2nd edition monster manual with white cover had similar feel to it. I might have to go back and thumb through that and see. I'm still listening. Might be biased, but it's too high fidelity and not very exaggerated. Yeah, even the Beholder a second ago didn't like make me go, oh cool, Beholder. And then the other thing is I've noticed in like the later generations, help me understand this one. I forget what are they called again? Tieflings? The player characters with horns thing. I was okay with it in Shadowrun. Seeing so much of it, like so prominently in D&D, makes me like I'm not super into it. Whereas like just seeing sort of normal looking folks, I like better, right? Like these characters, cool. You know, they're modern and shiny and all that stuff, but whatever, that's cool. Great. But like, I don't want to see a lot of this. And I don't know if it's like because it became cooler or something. And again, this is me like totally being the old man yelling at clouds or whatever. It's like, all right, cool. Oh, hell yeah, right? Like, everybody loves a Gandalf. Or Elminster or whatever. Cool, Mind Flayer. So it's... And there's a lot of shiny to it. There's a lot of, like, these details, like, it's just details that... It almost it does like a visual. It's like the Charlie Brown teacher talk, but for art, right? And so I'm not picking on. I'm not meaning to shit on it at all in any way. I'm just saying, for me, when I see it, it doesn't like make me go, "Oh man, nostalgia! I really want to get in and play." You know, like it doesn't. It's too noisy for me and that type of thing. And I think it's just maybe it's catering to a different audience. It's but it seems like there's some similar thoughts in there. Now, in context, it may look badass. I don't know. I will eventually play it. But there's this kind of like era starting in like the early 2000s through like now, where when I look at the art, it all just kind of, it feels a little bit the same to me. Only maybe, you know, better fidelity or whatever, right? It's like, and it doesn't distinctly like, it doesn't make me, if you're to show me all of these images and not tell me they're a D&D game, I wouldn't know. I would think they could be coming from like Divinity Original Sin or you know, any number of other games, but that's just kind of me. Goblin says modern design sensibilities tend to favor subverting a classic design in ways that might not serve its original purpose. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of subversion going on, and that's one of those things we talk about a bit in relation to content and creature naming and zone naming and the tone of the tone of content and themes and tropes and all that stuff, it's like, you know what? The modern world is doing a great job of subverting everything, that it almost creates a new niche to just go back and do the tropes. Chinny D said, I think you're right. It explored quite a few factions, races, locations I wasn't familiar with. I think it's authentically D&D today, but not nostalgic feeling. Yeah. Cool. And like I said, it sounds like it's a really solid game, and I will absolutely eventually play it. And they're getting a lot of great kudos and all that stuff, and this sounds like done a wonderful job. So, and that's a very, very handsome bear. For me to poop on. I'm fairly certain that I've seen this fairy at a concert in DC, maybe at the Black Cat or at the 930 Club. But yeah. She looks pretty cool. But yeah, so I was just curious what your thoughts were on it, because when I saw it and it clicked for me, I was like, that's what it is. Didn't change my opinion on wanting to play it or whatever, but it was just like, man, if I could, if it like just kind of tugged at those nostalgia heartstrings, then it would be even cooler for me. But Talit said a lot of the concept art towards the top I never saw in game. Oh, interesting. Yeah, John, that was definitely a. What was the Triumph? All right, so where were we? We were clicking on things. Let me answer a quick question for Brandon. Run into any crashes on my end so far. Left it running in the background for a couple of hours as well. Seemed like a frame rate hit though, so maybe a memory leak. Hey Keebs, what's up, buddy? Things are good. Things are moving along. Generally speaking, though, things are good. Been wanting to hear my take on Unity. I'm sure you've given it already any recap. I gave it, like, it came up on was it last Tuesday? Oh, because we were out of town last Thursday, right? Yeah, so I gave it Tuesday when it first popped up. I don't have a good take with Unity. Because essentially when it came up and as everything's been sort of discussed or whatever with it, we looked at it, and for our business specifically, like looking at our business model, and presumed scope of at least an initial sort of audience. Bless you. Initial like community size, audience size. There's no impact on our business. Naturally, the impact on our business is the concern that people have about the fate of the company overall. Our job is really to kind of stay focused on making our game, while also ensuring that we always have risk mitigation strategies for anything that may come up, right? Like if the company implodes overnight, have we already looked at what the investment would be to basically transfer our assets into a new engine? What's the tech hit going to be with regards to the systems we've developed so far? What's the potential impact on how we're handling things like networking, etc. Right? Like, and so that's very much an Ollie. Ollie is he gets the fun task of making sure that we have a plan for just continuity, right? On that front, a lot of, where we're invested in terms of all these little green guys that we're playing with and stuff like that. I mean, it's all in a database, and essentially, we just have to look at if we need to, for some reason, migrate engines or whatever. We've got a migration plan for our data and everything else, right? So it's kind of it. Naturally the team's discussing it a bunch, and it comes up in the community and all of that. I think I sound like a bit of an asshole sometimes in our internal communications, like in our Slack, because when everybody's kind of like getting a bit worked up on it, on topics like this, especially with Unity, because it seems like it's been once every 6 months or once every year there's been some shit like this where it's like, not as significant as this last one, but still there are those things that like pop up, and it's the industry, and it does, it affects our community, it affects the community of developers more broadly speaking, and all of that. But I kind of feel like on some of these topics, when something does come up, and sometimes it's a positive. It's like, oh shit, Unreal's got even crazy better lighting, or it's doing this other thing. It's like, yeah, but we're invested now, and so it's cool to talk about it maybe for a day, but then we should like get back to just being focused on looking ahead for our game, right? And so sometimes I get a little like, I reiterate that, and I probably sound like an asshole, and I apologize when I say that in internal communications. I'm like, okay guys, okay, we've talked about it, let's stop talking about it and move, because that's time. Everybody's got very limited time, and I can't tell anybody what to do with their limited time. Everybody on the team, it's a team of people volunteering their free time, which is precious, and everybody's got jobs and families and tons of shit going on and stuff. So the fact that they even have the stamina to be able to dedicate the time that they do to the project, when they're not doing everything else in life, it's huge, and we'll always be forever grateful for that. So on one hand, I don't want to impose and say, hey, can we stop talking about Unity now and like talk about fun shit, like stuff that we want to do with our game. On the other hand, I do think it's my responsibility as a leader on the team to go like, hey guys, yeah, I get it, but let's not be bummed on the fact that we're using this engine because it's working for us. Let's not get caught up in a lot of the drama and the hype that's going on out there. Let's just take the little bit of time that we have and focus on making the game, right? And then it will, you know, it is our responsibility though, like especially on Ollie's front, you know, as being the person leading tech, to just kind of go, hey, I'm keeping an eye on it. We'll have a mitigation strategy, and you know, and let's drive ahead. Just because, you know, life's short, time is precious. Let's make some cool shit. Alpha Coder, thank you for the follow. Did I break the little disco ball didn't pop up? Hey, first, what's up, buddy? Yeah, did the alert box not show up? All right. Liz said, doom may happen, asteroids may hit the earth, volcanoes everywhere could all erupt, polluting the air. We don't waste our days worrying. We accept crap can happen, but your game won't finish if you don't need to die worrying. Yeah, and I gotta admit, like, I'm bad enough about doom scrolling, like when I first wake up or whatever, for like just news. So I understand it, but I get it, but I try to keep that mostly on my sort of like, you know, I don't come in, hey everybody, we're effed. So, but yeah. Fine line between letting a convo run so people can get their concerns out and really feel heard versus becoming a circle of misery. Yeah, it really is. And I've got to admit, John, like I probably err too much on the side of like cutting it short, you know, and hopefully the folks on the team don't dislike me too much for that, but you know, somebody's got to be a party pooper. Sean poops in the party. Sean is a party pooper. You were just thinking about that video the other day. It was funny the first time I saw it. I was like, huh. I think it was a German introduced me to that. Yeah, Keeps. You know what? A lot of times it's no fun to be the no guy, but it pays the bill. I wouldn't go as far to say keep things on track or organized. I've not ascended to keep things on track or organized level yet. But we're working on it. One of these years. Wait a second. Oh, I used the wrong MCC. Yeah, I mean, you know, if we were to remove all of the if we were to remove all of the other nonsense from the conversation, I've worked on one MMO that was in Unreal and now one MMO that's in Unity. I think it's neither engine's fault that I had maybe the experience, or how do I say this? It wasn't Unreal's fault that I had the experience that I did with Unreal, because we just had a different approach to design tools development. There's a different data structure and stuff like that. I did not enjoy the tools on DCUO anywhere near as much as I enjoy our tools in here. As much as it seems very slow and clunky to you guys when you're watching me stream, you got to realize like it's just I'm slow and clunky on stream because I'm just very distracted. I'm not a great multitasker. Even when I'm working by myself, you know, empty house with the exception of the dog, I'll have, even if I'm not listening to anything, I'll have earbuds in my ears just so it blocks a little bit of noise and I can feel the pressure on my ears. For some reason, pressure in my ear holes makes me focus better. And a lot of times I'll just be sitting here in the quiet, just kind of chipping away at stuff much faster. But I'm not one of these people that's like, yeah, I can multitask. I'm streaming and talking shit and chewing the fat and reading text and looking over here and blah, blah. I'm like, I'm not that person really. I've got to have... It drove me crazy working in environments where once everything became like big open pit style environments, I would have like earbuds in with... It's funny, every company that I've been to where they're like, yeah, big open environments. Like, here's some Bose noise canceling headphones for you so you don't have to hear anything. But I have like earbuds in, noise canceling headphones over it. If I'm on a laptop and can hide in a corner somewhere, I'll hide in a corner. And that's the only way I can focus. Otherwise, I can't write, I can't edit, I just can't focus. So when we're hanging out together, and I love you guys, I love hanging out with you. It's a special time, but it's not necessarily my most productive time in terms of database and clicking on things, you know what I mean? But it's productive in that I get to share the time with you. I think maybe I used to be better at multitasking, but it's just not anymore, man. I guess I've lost too many brain cells. You have to get in the zone and then stay there a while. Yeah, and that's a challenge as well, right? With context shifting. I'll do a lot of context shifting, and this has been the case for a while. If you know, when I was a design lead, it would be the case. When I was producer, it's the case, right? Because as a design lead, I was still having to implement content, but I wouldn't start any of my content implementation when I was like on, excuse me, EQ or DC or whatever. I typically wouldn't start doing content implementation of my own until probably 6 or 6:30 at night. Whenever people started leaving work, I would sit and just work for a couple more hours and really get a bunch done, just because you can kind of poke at things during the day, but then as people are like, hey, I've got a question about this, or I'm having a problem here, or hey, you know, there's meetings and emails and shit. It's frequently difficult for me to feel creative and feel creative if I'm swapping in and out of stuff. So should try the bone conduction earphones. I love my Open Run Pro by Shocks. I've used earbuds for years and it was messing with my inner ear. Doctor suggests I try it. I haven't looked back since. But the thing is, then what I actually really like the pressure. I like earplugs, earbuds, anything that puts pressure, like pressure in my ear. As it's very like, very comforting. Oh, we still gotta fix this. Oh, I did write up a bug for it though. Okay, I was like, did I ever write that up? You hate earbuds? Oh man. Well, you know, to each their own. Yeah, Goblin, that makes sense. I've actually been talking to Jasmine about that. I'm like, do I need to start smashing Red Bulls at like 8 o'clock at night during the week? So I can just stay up late, and I'd also get a little bit more team time. Fielder said, yeah, I'm a nighttime worker with some music and the window open. It just feels good. I'm looking forward to, I want to try to, well, I'll only be able to write and stuff like that. I don't have the editor on my laptop, but I really want to try hotspotting to my phone at our garden house, and working there at some point. Oh my gosh. I will wait on some of these named mobs. Those green things really need eyes. They got noses. Who needs eyes when you got a nose? Interesting. Some googly eyes would be cool. Random wiggles. That might be fun. The option to see the selected spawner with its rendered model would be cool. That's you know what? That's a good point. Aslich, that is a good point. Let me make a note of that. Spawner showing model. Curious if that's something that Keith could do. Those pointy noses call from some pointy ears. Alright, so now we got noses, ears, eyes. we're slowly going to work our way into just having a model. Would help with vertical alignment. Maybe it would help with a number of things, to be honest, right? Because you see here how I'm kind of like half-ass semi-positioning this guy relative to the table, but then the model could be, who knows, right? So why are those other guys buried? Is this a crime scene? What other guys? Who's buried? Oh, I see what you're saying. You guys are saying those are noses. I get it now. Yep. Let me look something up over here. Looking. I'm just saying that so you, Alright, I'm done. Okay, let's see. Come up through here. We don't talk about the bodies buried under the tavern. Yeah. The first rule of Tavern Club. There do need to be bones at the bottom of some of the potential fall points, like to the right there. Oh, that's a fair point. Northern Sky, you didn't break anything. I was telling folks earlier, I have contacted Twitch and had them remove my affiliate status. Just because we were running into some weird tax questions in Germany with regards to it, and while the income, it was, the income was basically going straight in to PayPal and straight out of PayPal into some of the stuff that we're doing with services for M&M. It was appreciated the assist on over the years on that, but when we started digging into tax related stuff, it was like nope, let's not screw with that right now. So Liz, don't let us forget that. That's actually a fun idea. Certain areas where there's potential falls and stuff in different zones, we'll do maybe have some little bone piles. Yep. Yeah, so better safe than sorry when it comes to the German tax system. Oh my gosh. get all my hand back. The bone zone. Brown butcher. Doesn't help that this one looks like a jumper. He's just very observant. He's Brett Butcher walking the line right now. Always. Brown Butcher is a habitual line stepper. Brown Butcher and Rick James. Practically Johnny Cash. He walks the line. Fair. Different musical genre than I was thinking, but that works too. It's interesting because I do think it's probably fairly feasible that since we are kind of aware of what's being loaded here. What may be difficult though in loading the representative model is this is pointing to a spawn table, right? So like in the case of these guys, it's a spawn table that consists of different level range or different level male and female. Like this one that we have clicked on here is Rangers level 16 to 19 and male and female at different percentages. So it's kind of spawning a variable consistent class, variable level range. So the question is, if the little goblin heads here were to change into a representative model, the question would be which model, right? Because in theory, this spawn table could be a Shira, it could be a snake, it could be a bat, right? So which one does it pick? Snipers, yeah, or at least, you know, observant folks. Drop down to select a version of the model you want to see. Look at you, got an answer already. Oh, yeah, and you could kind of pick between of the things that can spawn here. Let me look at each one of them so that you know, I'll add a note to it, to the tool request. This is how we do it. We learn from you guys. Drop down to pick from available. With the hand situation, I've learned how big of a difference it is to have auto fill and auto correct on the phone versus typing. Drop down to pick from available NPCs on the spawn table. It's funny, I'm so competitive sometimes. Jasmine's learning to touch type, so she's got like an app that she's using. It was a web app, so she can check her like words per minute and stuff like that. And she started using it. I was like, "Oh, what is that?" And she's like, told me. I was like, went over and looked where it was, got on the website, and I'm like, I'm trying to compete with 7 fingers. I'm like, I gotta match her words per minute with 7 fingers. she's like, you son of a. Cool. I added that note. Antref 2726, absolutely, that was the reference. Charlie Murphy. Unity. I've seen some impressively fast two-finger typers. I have two, Liz. It blows my mind. I'm like, it's funny because I'm like, well, they can type pretty fast like that, but why don't you do it the right way? Do it. You should type the way Mavis Beacon taught us to type. Saint Mavis of Beacons. I joined chat and thought you had some awesome VR keyboard air typing like that. Yes. Yes, we are only using the latest technology on this game. We implement content through interpretive dance. Learned on Key, which was a typing tutor program which also taught the history of computing. It was fab. Was that some sort of weird British thing? Brown Butcher? No. Stop it. And the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog times 1000 equals Mavis. It's funny I didn't even consider that until you mentioned it. Piotr said it's really not fair though. Some German words are super long. Are you typing hi and she's typing Grundstücksverkehrs Genehmigungszuständigkeit zur Übertragungsverordnung? Holy shit, let me put that into copy. Translate. I swear it sounds familiar, oddly enough. Probably from the last time I was joking about playing Scrabble in Germany. Yeah, I've known this word. English detected. No, it did not detect English. Translate, you dummy. Real estate transaction permit transfer of responsibility ordinance. Oh, my mute button didn't so it did mute it, but it didn't. Okay. I had to hit it like 5 times. Wow, that's laggy as all shit. Sorry about that, guys. I was pushing the mic button on Stream Deck. It's just not very responsive. It seems very random. Pro move. I think that's happened before though, so nothing new for you guys. It's clogged with Cheetos dust and dried Mountain Dew. Nope. Maybe some pistachio dust. I was eating those earlier. Purple edition. Do you guys have purple edition Red Bull in the US? Jasmine, can you come pronounce this word really quick? A little bit louder. A little bit. No, come back. A little bit louder. Towards the microphone. You're breaking up. You got to be even louder. You got to say this word like you are German. So angrily and loud.
Grundstücksverkehrsgenehmigungszuständigkeitsübertragungsverordnung.
All right. Might be a short stream tonight. I might have to log out of here early and spend some time. Big Bad Jeff was like, that was kind of hot, not gonna lie. All right, we're gonna have to, it's a short stream tonight. Wow, it just rolled off the tongue. Yep, she's... Wow, it just rolled off the tongue. Yeah. She's pretty fluent in it. She's a woman of many languages. Zeitgeist, how did you resubscribe? Is that possible? If I'm no longer an affiliate, you've been able to resubscribe? Zeitgeist 9000 has hacked the Matrix. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They may give you your money back. I don't know. Also, anybody that subscribed this month, I think I've just stolen your money. Socratic Duck, sorry, you followed 3 minutes ago and it didn't notify me. He just joined a gym that's going out of business. Where's John? Where's John when you need a Unity comment? Liz, that's a LOL from me. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay. Talent. Hopefully they do right by you. Let me know if you run into issues. Yeah, they're supposed to cash. They're supposed to cash me outside. Sorry. They're supposed to cash me out. As of whenever I got it revoked. It's a silly night tonight. Purple Red Bull. There's a Prime Sub loot reminder thing on the viewer too. Not sure if that lets you sub. Oh, let me fix that. Let's click that. Edit your extensions while being live. We're doing it live. How do I get rid of you? Visit my extensions. Open in a new window. Gosh darn it, we're doing it live. Deactivation. Alright. It's been deactivated. Hey Justin Beer, what's going on, buddy? Good, how are you? I think Sean's playing the long game. No, we can't take your money. Look, not even accepting subs. Oh well. Oh wait, that's a separate thing. Oh well. If y'all insist on giving money, Eminem highest funding game. Yeah, We're playing the devious long game of just trying to be cool with y'all. Alright, I'm gonna hit this patriarch up a little bit here. Come here, patriarch. You go. This is probably not the best location for him, but we'll figure out exactly what else is going. What do you have to go through to get here? You got this here, down here. Okay. Oh, it just go in the door. I'm a dummy. I'm on a 0 sugar Monster Energy drink. Helps me get through the afternoon slump. Keeps energy. What color is that? Is that the white one? Some folks on my Instagram were talking about the white Monster Energy drink. Black can, green top. Justin said, just got back from McDonald's. Yes, was very happy. Storm wasn't that bad. That's good to hear. What is the... Does anybody know what flavor the white can is? I don't know why people were so amped on it. You've gone completely sugar-free this year. That's pretty badass. Jasmine and I have been talking about it. We were talked about this last week, I think. We've been talking for a while about like, hey, do we could we pull off a like 1 year without any alcohol to see what it does for our, like, mood and general disposition, energy levels, and stuff like that. And we had talked before about like trying, you know, a month or 2 months, and we can never find the right month to do it because it's like every month's a good month to drink in Germany. But eventually we were like, yeah. So a month in what, like about a month and a half ago now. We're like, let's just go for a year, and that way we're just forced to like miss all the cool stuff. And so we decided to commit to it, and yeah, so far it's been pretty rad. My energy levels have already gone up considerably. Someone suspect, thank you for the follow. I've got to figure out why it's not triggering the little the thingy on the alert box. Let me look at that real quick while we're here, while I'm thinking of it. Never had alcohol, so those challenges are simple for you? Yeah, I know a few people that have never drank and bound to be healthier for it. Looks like white Red Bull is coconut and berry. I don't know if that sounds delicious or horrible, but I'm gonna try it soon. I tried watermelon on the way out of town to go hiking over the weekend, and it wasn't delicious. It was not delicious. Oh, that's Red Bull though. Sorry, Monster Energy. White Monster Energy. White. I'll type it in here. Monster Energy drink flavor. Which one is that? It is Energy Ultra. I don't know that I need Ultra. 0 sugar. That sounds dangerous. taste citrusy. What does White Monster taste like? Crisp, refreshing, and fruity. Wheat flavor with slight bitter aftertaste. Some people compare to coffee. Interesting. I'll have to try one soon. Liz is also a non-drinker. That's pretty cool. But I do have to admit, and you can probably hear it with the fact that my voice keeps getting goofy. What I've found to be a fair alternative to like drinking a couple beers or a glass of wine to relax is I like to go out on the balcony with my pipe, my old man pipe, and sit out there for a little bit, puff on the pipe, look at the clouds. If it's in the morning, drink a little coffee, and it's super relaxing for me. Is the music playing from Eminem? It is. There should be a command to link to the playlist. This is all on a playlist, and it's all our music. There you go. Have you guys ever had balls? It's been a while since I've tried that. Boss Hawk Flex. Thank you for the follow. Someone suspect, did I already thank you? I thought I did. Maybe I didn't. It was 5 minutes ago. Yonashiro. Let me swap you out. Yeah, Zukin, I was having trouble going any direction with that. That wasn't going to be that. Boss Hawk, thank you. One of these days, I need to contact the EQ folks and line up some new interviews and discussions and stuff. It's just I've not really found the time. Once development here started picking up, it's been hard to kind of go back through and stay on top of like lining up more discussions. I know it's a shit excuse. I know it. Zukin, it totally was. Hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're seeing us live. Nicodemus, the Hobbit pipes are pretty cool. There's the main thing I'm curious about is the super long like church warden style pipe cleaners you have to get in order to keep that thing clean. Will we see a bow class? We have an archer that's in, so that should cover your bow needs, and we've got rangers. They're different. The archer is more focused on that range DPS with interesting sort of utility in those attacks. And then, yeah, I think before we were describing kind of the difference between a Legolas and an Aragorn. So the rangers are more rangery. I believe both do utilize the ranged auto attack mechanic that we have, where if you hit auto attack with either of them, it's checking to see distance. And so if you're pulling or whatever, hit auto attack, it'll start auto-firing your bow. And then when the NPC gets within range, you swap into your melee attack. And then when they flee, you plink them automatically, and it feels so satisfying. When they like go to run off and you immediately draw the bow and kill them. Very cool. Do archers get a bonus attack? Nice, John. That was good. What about an assassin class? We do not have an assassin class. We've got a rogue, but we do not have an assassin at this time. But we're very open to... We're a very alt-friendly game, so who knows what may come out in the future. Forgot, is a halfling ranger a playable combo? I'd have to check our documentation. I forget. For some reason, I'm inclined to say yes, but I'd have to check our documentation. Hold on one sec. Nope, that's that. I can close that now. That's that. I can close it now. I can close this as well. Got so many open. Classes. Let's look at our combos. Halfling. Yep, Halfling Ranger. Do we have a Ratmancer class? No, Mortis, but if the game's out long enough, that would be something you should remind us of. You should come back in a couple years and be like, can we talk about Ratmancers? That sounds pretty cool. It kind of does, right? I'm honestly not opposed to like weird, underdeveloped classes being added later. You can wield rats like nunchucks. I was not expecting that visual. I was thinking like a necromancer with rats all over the place, very plaguey. But I was not expecting to tie two rats together. Nicodemus, thank you for being here. We'll see you on Thursday, buddy. Is the Ratmancer himself a rat? That would be something. You know you're pretty alpha when you're just tying up your fellow rats into nunchucks and using them to beat people. Summon a Rat King. You still think ogres should be monks? Well, I mean, according to my class list, ogres can be monks, so your wish has been fulfilled. Please drop another quarter into the can. Oh my gosh, Sean is a genie. I'm doing like the what was the genie off of Big? Like if I could combine Big Genie movie. No, that is not what we're looking for. Will Smith. Let's go back. Big Genie movie. Zoltar, yeah. So basically the Zoltar vending machine. I should do a TikTok account and I can be a Zoltar vending machine NPC. That's how we'll fund the game. Liz, you get kudos. It's because you got such a big brain from never having drunk the alcohol. Oh, I wish I could remember his voice. That's funny, Zukin. Please deposit 1 Bitcoin. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. 1 Bitcoin. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. It's only full of useless tats? I'm covered in useless tats. I've got a lot of useless tats. Which you will only be able to see on Only Gnomes. Let's see. Ogre Inquisitor inserts quarter. Wait a second. Do we not have that? Nope. Nope. Maybe later in life. You never know what kind of quests Santa may bring you. For some reason I want to be an ogre mage wearing a frock. You know what? Are you thinking female ogre mage wearing a frock? Male? Okay. Because the reason why I asked is I'm actually kind of curious to see the female ogres in some different gear. They look strong. Strong. You can put the women in some frocks too. Okay, good. We're pretty traditional around here. Can ogres get a racial ability to transfer hit points to mana to make up for magical weakness? Interesting. When we start doing interesting racial abilities, which we were kind of starting to talk a little bit about earlier today, I'm not going to lie, a little spoiler alert. Then you'll have to remind us of that one. Yeah, I was kind of picturing it as like how would the canny work, right? Like what kind of cannibalism, and how would it be balanced? Justin's still waiting on Troll to be a playable race. Zukin, did you hear that? Albino Goblin, even give me a debuff in the sun. Zukin's like, nope. I had dragons stuffed in my ears, I didn't hear it. Maybe more of a concentration thing, so while concentrating rather than sudden chunks. Yeah. Have you not seen our character concept art, Ventali? Are you individuals not in our Discord? You need to join our Discord. Join our Discord. There's a link right there, and then you go down to where it says our updates. Yes. And then you scroll all the way back up. I know I'm giving you a lot of directions, but then you scroll all the way up. And scrolling all the way to the top. And then you open this beast right here. What? There need to be more vermin-based races. Rats. I really like the Ratmen from EQ. They're one of my favorite races in the game. Oh, it was a preference question. Oh, okay. You're aware of what we're doing. You're asking the fam what their thoughts were, and that's good. That's community interaction. I read about that on the internet. It's supposed to encourage community interaction. I keep forgetting that. Yes, fam. What do you think? Not gonna lie, female trolls look great in concept. Proportions are solid. Proportions. I'm ignoring John. I didn't hear what he said. Sorry, John. I'm accidentally ignoring what you're saying right now. Sorry, John. I can't hear you. I don't know why I can't hear you. I can't hear you, buddy. Oh. Talking shit about gnomes again? Weird. Didn't hear that one. Will gnomes get an engineering skill? Possibly. Come in here, go through here. Yes. Well, gnomes get a racial that adds to groupmates' cooking skill when they die. What is wrong with you people? You disgust me. Teddy Jib said no. That's a negative, big dog. Can mages, which kill with fire, end up with cooked steaks and not raw one? That's already in game, believe it or not. Nick has already added that. Here, I'll show you. Let's find a, I'll use the other one. Let's go to the table. Yeah, not even joking. Let's go to, is it in loot table or is it, like, Jackal? Yeah, so look. Cooked jackal meat. And let's copy this and let's go into NPC loot table. I think it's a conditional. I don't know that I've looked to see how he set it up. Show all. Is that not where it's going? Oh, okay, maybe that was, no, but it was on a loot table. Let's go for cooked. Yeah, so all of these meats can drop as cooked versions. But I'm curious. I'm actually curious how he's doing it. Oh, I know what I'm probably doing wrong. Yeah, it's anyone with a fire spell. Zukin, good call. Yeah, human. You can eat some human meat. Talet. How is that being done then if it's not a conditional? I may have to ask Nick. I don't know if you're listening in, Nick. Because I thought it was just a conditional drop. Never going to Brown Butcher's hamburger stand. Yeah. You should probably also avoid at least one of the butchers in Night Harbor. So we got the cooked meat here. How is he doing it? Because I assumed it was a conditional drop. Maybe, maybe I need to do a show all. Maybe it just didn't load yet? No, it's not. Okay, yeah it is. Yeah it is. It is a conditional. I just didn't have the So yeah, basically it's a conditional based off of fire attacks. So there's a lot of that type of there's a lot of just that quirky stuff that we want to get in, and it was something that I think you guys mentioned on somebody, maybe it was like on Zukin's stream or something. Do you remember Zukin? I think it was like somebody was joking around about it on one of the streams, and I thought maybe it was yours, and then Nick was like, "Yeah, we could do that," and then. I guess not then. I don't know, man. So, Liz said, "I'm so happy that silly nuances like that are in. It just really adds to it. We want to get a lot of just little quirky stuff." Brown Butcher, where did you do it? Was it here, or was it on your stream? Yeah, so the interesting thing is it's not really coding for us, right? Like it's not, we built our systems so that it's fairly, Discord? That makes sense. It's fairly just data driven. Right, so we have conditional buffs. For those of you that weren't here in a previous stream when we were talking about it, we came up with this idea because we wanted to be able to convey that different, we didn't want sort of class quest specific drops to only drop for that class, right? Like we didn't want it to just be some sort of a quest flag that has a visual representation on the client. Instead, we wanted it to be something where, like, if you've got an archer in your group, I think the first example that I'd mentioned when I was asking Ali if we could get support for this was like, what if I've got an archer and the archer crits using a special attack? Could the fact that they were using a special attack and it crit create a condition which then dropped like a perfectly placed or a perfectly pierced skull or something, right? And it's got a little arrow or something. And so then we kind of went from there. You got the conditional in, and it allows us to do quirky stuff like this. Can you make lightning spells last longer on targets with metal armor? In theory, we could. I don't know if we're going to. But we have discussed some interesting, like maybe having different states that we can apply, right? So again, very simple data-driven system. So it's not like it's a big feature creep or anything. So we can have you be damp or whatever, and then potentially modify something like a lightning spell from that. In theory, we could tag armor as being metal, and then we could have it modify a spell. So who knows? Can you make it so I can add a grounding wire to my metal armor to negate lightning spells? Well, you know what? The cool thing about running a live game is we can just keep adding shit. So maybe one day, John, your dream will come true. You'll just have to keep feeding me Bitcoin. Let's see. Yes, I'm still listening. Is he stuck? No, I was just scanning something really quick. Every once in a while, I'll get messages and stuff. I'll be like, oh, let me flag that. It's funny that, yeah, you're right. The music paused the same time I paused. That was a good, I was frozen motionless for 60 seconds. I was reading. Because I don't, like, I've got, the stream going, and naturally you're the most important thing to me. But every once in a while, when I'm getting messages and stuff, I will do a quick glance so I can know how to prioritize after I'm done here or whatever. And I like to be able to flag stuff to get back to it ASAP. ASAP. We were just borderline worried because you seem to have broken. I should have just said that that's what happened. It just... Damn you, Twitch. I drop affiliate and you cause me to pause. Just blame it on somebody else. I told you I'm horrible at multitasking. What can I tell you? What can I say? Yeah, I need to get that sound. The blue screen sound that the people use on the memes. I need to get that. $20 to $23. The old school Windows don't. I don't remember that one. That was weird. 20 to 23. Waterfall mist effect is nice. Yeah, I think Pilgrim put those in. He is another John. Explains why he does nice work. Yeah, it's all part of the name. I have an Uncle John. Uncle John. He's a pretty good guy. By the way, for those that don't know, Liz is a solo game dev and is going to help me build the Eminem fan game. Eminem fan game. Why is English so hard? Brown Butcher just said, you guys keep your eyes peeled. Peel them. You peel ogres, not eyes. Eyes do not have layers. Ew. That's not a pretty image. It should be safe to click the link. It should be safe. I believe I have clicked the link before and nothing bad happened to me. So do not fret. Oh my gosh. Oh man. The Red Bull's worn off. There go my wings. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe I'll have one of those Monster Energy drinks ready for next week. Or for Thursday. We'll try it out. We'll see what it tastes like live. We're drinking it live. That being said, nice match game. Come on, let me select you, son. See, that wasn't so bad. All right, it is 10:50, which means it's about time to start wrapping things up here. I just looked at time. I was like, oh man, time's a flying. Zeitgeist, you're very welcome for the stream. Everybody, again, thank you for being here. And thank you for your understanding with the whole affiliate thing. It was a difficult choice, but it is what it is. Physiotherapy on the neck. Oh, good reminder. I need to do my neck exercises before bed. Physiotherapy on the neck is going. I don't feel a difference, so that's a bummer. I get another shot in the neck on Friday. Physiotherapy on the hand will be probably starting in a couple weeks, and I don't know what's going to happen with the shoulder before and after surgery. So, John, you're very welcome, but thanks for asking, Liz. Miko Bites, you're very welcome. Fielder, good night. See you guys on Thursday. See you, Liz. Aslich, good night. Zukin, good night, my friend. Brown Butcher, goodbye. Talit, you're very welcome. I'm going to have a great sleep after this. You have a nice day. Thad Vic, thank you for that. Justin Beard, we'll see you Thursday, and I'll catch up on Discord at some point. Bentali, thank you. I'm going straight to bed after this. Well, I'll probably read some messages and then I'll go to bed. But Hell's Ridge, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. Is that it? Is that all you got? Okay. Well, then everybody else, have a wonderful rest of your day in the US. If you're in Europe with me, sleep good, and I will see everybody on Thursday. Bye-bye.